Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection. I'm your host Mike. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for returning. Today we're going to have another episode of my continuing coverage of Eurocrime and what's in my collection of Eurocrime. This is a new genre that I've just really started collecting on video the past couple years. It's been something that I'm very familiar with. I just had never really started to collect the videos and stuff, and there's been some really good ones put out by some really premium companies, Arrow, Kino, all kinds of companies have been really putting out some really good collections of videos of movies and stuff. So today we're going to explore a box set that Arrow put out last year. I got it back when it came out, but I didn't immediately watch it. I've been watching a film at a time here and there, and I got some other Eurocrime that I've been watching also. So it kind of got pushed to the side here and there. So I finally finished the box set, and I watched all the supplements and really, read the booklet and did everything, and now I'm going to show it off. So this is Arrow's Years of Lead box set. This is five classic Italian crime thrillers from the years 1973 to 1977. This would be basically a volume one. I'm hoping they'll put out a second edition here soon, because there's a lot of good Eurocrime movies out there. So yeah, this is a really cool box set. I mean, we got the you got this really nice box. You got the little thingamabob, and then you got the movies. And I really like the picture of the box set. I like the red color. It looks really cool. But yeah, it's got 5 movies. Let's go through them, shall we? The Savage 3, Like Rabid Dogs, Colt 38, Special Squad, Highway Racer, and No, the Case is Happily Resolved, which is a really good movie. So let's go through these one at a time, guys, and show them off. Really cool. How Arrow did this. It's kind of in the same vein as some of their Western boxes and some of their giallos and horror box sets and everything, but really nice. I mean, the artwork and some of the supplements and everything is very classy. You wouldn't expect nothing less from Arrow. This is the first movie I want to talk about. This is No, the Case is Happily Resolved. This was a movie that, man, kind of burned me up watching this, because it was just like, oh, it's infuriating that this guy, went to prison and he was innocent and stuff. But very good movie. This, let's see, who's it starring? Enzo Cirisco, who was in Blood and Black Lace. Is basically the star. The other people in it: Ricardo Cusirolo. Then we got Enrico Mario Solano, Martine Brocard. And this is a movie directed by Vittorio Salerno, who also made The Savage 3. And really awesome movie. And the way they did some of these releases is they have 2 separate artworks. So you got so the inside art that I can flip to has the No, the Case is Happily Resolved artwork, but this is actually the box set artwork. So I kind of turned it around to that, because I really like that. But yeah, that's a really good movie. I don't want to tell you much about it, because I want you guys to check these out. But yeah, it's a movie of a guy's fishing. He happens upon a murder, a very a very esteemed professor in the town is basically murdering a prostitute, and he comes across them. This is by the lakeside, and he's been fishing, and he hears some noises, and he goes and checks it out, and it's the murder happening. So murderer and eyewitness are kind of looking at each other for a minute, and they're just like. So basically, the guy gets kind of scared because he thinks, oh, he's going to come after me next, and he basically drives off, and the whole time he's thinking, it's like, I need to go to the police and tell them, you know. And on his way to do that, different things would happen. Like the traffic, you know, he's in a traffic jam, and then something happens here, and basically he just doesn't tell. He gets scared. He doesn't want to go and be involved in this. He has a wife and a child, and it basically the movie breaks down to, you know, even though you're innocent of murder, you're as guilty as the killer for not saying something, for not bringing it up, and everything. So it's very, you know, it's very good. I mean, all the way to the very end, you're just like, man, you know. And it's a movie that actually builds. It builds and builds and builds and stuff, and it's really good. It's one of the standout movies on this, in my opinion, on this whole set. Next up, we got a double. This is a double feature disc. This one's got Like Rabid Dogs, a film by Mario Impololi. That stars Jean-Pierre Sabog, Anna Rita Gerpopo. I'm totally tearing the names up. I'm sorry. Paulo Senatore. They star in that. The Savage 3. Or, I'm sorry, Like Rabid Dogs. It has Like Rabid Dogs, and then on the flip side, it's got Savage 3. And same thing with the artwork. You can have either or. You can either have the Savage 3, or you can have the other one. Both really good movies. These are violent movies. Basically, the Savage 3 is about, you know, 3 young guys who are friends who basically kind of get crapped on in their daily lives, either from their work, their jobs, and their families and different stuff. And they basically just go on a crime spree and do all this wild stuff. And it's really, really interesting. Vittorio Salino also made, like I said, No, the Case is Happily Resolved. He made this one too. It's really good. The other one on here, Like Rabid Dogs, this is a movie directed by, let me see, who directed this? Mario Impololi, sorry. But yeah, this is ultra-violent, ultra-cynical thriller. It combines grindhouse exploitation and an almost nihilistic worldview for unforgettable and at times shocking results. And I agree with them. Really, really interesting. Again, you've got a lot of characters, you know, appearing that you saw in the other movies, using some of the same supporting characters and stuff. So it's really cool. We've got some great actors in it and stuff. And you know, some of the crime scenes, some of the stuff that's shown in it, or it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone's taste. It's definitely not for kids. But even though it was made back in the 70s, it still has a punch to it. It really does. And it's stuff that still goes on nowadays. There's still crimes and different stuff that, you know, it's relevant to these days and stuff. So it's really, really interesting, but not for everyone. And it also comes with this really nice booklet. Very, very nice, very nice, very nice. Goes into each one of the movies. Got some great stories, some really good photos in here, actually. And, you know, another thing, some great car chases. There's some great motorcycle chases. A lot of good stunt work in these movies. So it's highly recommended. If you're a fan of just of crime movies, basically, you know, cops and robbers and just different stuff like that, you'll really enjoy that. I mean, back in the 70s and early 80s, Hong Kong and Italy and some of the other countries were making some of the best crime type movies, action flicks, which later on would be in the 80s would just be known as an action movie. But back in the 70s, these didn't really know what these were. They were just ultra violent, and they had sexual situations and stunt work and all this stuff. But yeah, these are definitely cult movies. These are definitely movies that have a fan base and stuff like that. And that's what's really interesting and why I like the Euro crime movies. Just the subject matter and the action and the stunt work and just some of the, and some of it has a political, stance on stuff that was happening in Italy at the time, for example. Some of the politics and some of the corrupt cops and different stuff like that. So the next movie I want to show is called Colt 38 Special Squad. Really cool. This is paired with Highway Racer. Cool artwork. Colt 38. Let's see. It stars Ivan Rasimov and let's see here. Marcel Bolsifi. It was in The French Connection. And who else we got in here? This was directed by Massimo Dell'Amo, which he was a director who died in a car accident not long after the release of this movie. But yeah, this is kind of a cool... let me read this. This will maybe give you some insight. Bearing a strong resemblance to the Dirty Harry sequel Magnum Force and featuring thrilling motorbike chases and a memorable theme song sung by Grace Jones, Colt 38 ranks as among one of the most unabashedly entertaining entries in the Poliziotteschi canon, which means Eurocrime. But yeah, it's really cool. A no holds barred cop thriller, and the swan song for its director Massimo Dell'Amo, who tragically died in a car wreck shortly after the release. So yeah, it's really cool. And probably my second favorite movie on this set would be Highway Racer, the next one. This stars the great Maurizio Merrill, who you might know from Violent City and from Blade, A Man Called Blade, Man Called Blade, Man Ninja, Man Called Blade, whatever it's called. But yeah, he's a devil-may-care driving ace of the Rome Police's mobile squad and has a reputation for risk-taking, making him a perfect candidate for the undercover op to take down. A fellow hot rodder and ringleader of a band of bank robbers, posing as a crook himself, he soon investigates his way into the group, and but with only his wits and a souped-up Ferrari 250 GTE sports car to rely on, can he fly under the radar long enough to take down his nemesis, or will the ruthless gangster snuff him out and put paid to his daredevil antics once and for all? It's loosely inspired by the exploits of real-life police driving ace Armando Spazzaforo. This action-packed thriller kickstarted a highly successful partnership between star Merrill and professional veteran Poliziotteschi director Stelvio Massi, featuring a catchy score by the maestro Stelvio Giuliani. I'm totally tearing these names up. I really do apologize. Who did the score for Colt 38 Special Squad. But yeah, it's a daring, high-octane police thriller. Great. It's got some great scenes with the Ferrari and some racing skills. And what I'm gonna try to say his name right. Maurizio Merli really has the charisma on screen. I mean, he was really designed. He was born to play these characters in these Eurocrime movies. I mean, he's perfect in these and stuff. And one of my favorite roles of his isn't exactly a cop thriller movie. It's a spaghetti western, The Man Called Blade. But he's such a great actor. I think he died a little younger. I think he died in the 90s or the early 2000s. But yeah, he went away way too soon. But yeah, that's a really, really good set there. Highway Racer and Colt 38 Special Squad. But yeah, overall, this is a really good set. Highly recommend it. I mean, Eurocrime movies, they may not be up your alley. They may not be the thing for you. If you like Death Wish, Charles Bronson movie, if you like that, it's kind of a mixture of, say, Death Wish and Bullet, kind of somewhere in there. A little bit of the French Connection sprinkled on there. Really good stuff. And I mean, it's a genre all into itself. I mean, I think there was some imitation. Some Hong Kong was doing some similar stuff, but Hong Kong has, a lot of influential actors and movies and directors and stuff too that, everything. So, but definitely Italy and Hong Kong had a lot of influence on Hollywood in the 80s with the action movies and the buddy cop movies and all that stuff. So, I mean, if you're really into the 80s, movies, action flicks, definitely check out where some of this was born, where some of these ideals came from, the Dirty Harry and some of those movies like that. But yeah, anyways, guys, I've said enough. I don't know if I can even explain the coolness of these. I mean, they're not for everyone, but if you do enjoy a good Eurocrime movie, you're going to enjoy this set. Transfers are really good. Picture quality, awesome. Sounds good. It's got some really good supplements on these. It's packed with extra supplements. It's got some documentaries, a lot of interviews with the directors and actors and people that worked on the film and stuff. Some really good stuff packed on here. And it's a really good deal. It's still available. You can get it through Amazon and stuff. And I highly recommend them. I mean, maybe this set's not where you want to start if you've never seen. There's some other movies out there to check out. To kind of get hooked on Eurocrime. There's some movies like The Violent Professionals and Almost Human, stuff like that. Yeah, check out my Eurocrime, the first one I put out. Check that out. That's got a lot of beginner stuff on there, I think. Really good movies. Check out, I think I did 2. This might be my 3rd Eurocrime. So check those past episodes out. And you can see how I totally messed up names and just horribly banged out these movies. But I do my best. I love the movies, and I try to do my best, guys. So anyways, that's about it. Comment. I would love to hear you guys comment, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this episode. Again, subscribe to my channel. Check out my past episodes. Stuff like that. Do your research. Do your homework. Check out, go on Google and Google some stuff. Check out Amazon. Check out Diabolic DVD. Arrow. Go on arrow.com. All those places are great places to find some Eurocrime. Check out eBay, where you can find stuff. And what it's about is the movie. So if you can go on eBay and find some older DVDs of these movies, and just to get a start, I mean, get some DVDs. There's some really nice DVDs out there to check out. So check those out, guys. I've said enough. Thank you for watching, and y'all be safe out there. Watch a good movie tonight, and I will see you guys later. Thank you.